On Sunday, February 15, 2026, the Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami led 11-party alliance formally submitted a complaint to the Election Commission challenging the results in 32 constituencies following the general elections held on February 12. The alliance alleged widespread vote rigging, midnight rigging, result manipulation, and the overwriting or erasure of final tally sheets. Senior Jamaat leader Hamidur Rahman Azad stated that their candidates were unfairly defeated in these 32 seats and formally requested a recount of votes. The party called for the suspension of the official gazette and the upcoming oath taking ceremony for the winning candidates in the disputed seats. Jamaat officials noted that their candidates lost in these specific seats by slim margins ranging from 5,000 to 10,000 votes. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party, led by Tariq Rahman, secured a decisive victory with 212 seats. Despite the complaints, the Jamaat led alliance secured 77 seats and approximately 31.76% of the total vote share, marking its best ever electoral performance. Although challenging the 32 seats, Jamaat chief Shafiqur Rahman conceded overall defeat on Saturday, promising that the party would serve as a vigilant, principled, and peaceful opposition. Starting February 17, 2026, China is granting unilateral visa free entry to ordinary passport holders from the United Kingdom and Canada. Eligible travelers can stay in mainland China for up to 30 days without a visa. The waiver applies to tourism, business, visiting friends and family, cultural exchanges, and transit. This policy is currently scheduled to remain in effect until December 31st, 2026. The implementation date coincides with the first day of the Lunar New Year holiday. Imran Khan's family and the PTI party have officially rejected the recent medical examination of the former prime minister conducted at Adiala jail on Sunday, February 15, 2026. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi arrived in Geneva on February 16, 2026, for a second round of indirect nuclear negotiations with the United States. These high stakes talks, mediated by Oman, are scheduled to officially begin on Tuesday, February 17, 2026. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi leads a diplomatic and technical delegation. Washington is represented by top envoy Steve Witkoff and President Donald Trump's advisor Jared Kushner. Oman continues its role as the primary mediator. Araghchi is also expected to meet with Rafael Grossi, head of the International Atomic Energy Agency. The demand for enriched uranium to leave Iran has emerged as a central flashpoint in the Geneva nuclear talks scheduled for February 17, 2026. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated on February 15 that any deal must ensure all enriched material has to leave Iran. The Trump administration has reportedly integrated this into its proposal, seeking the removal of roughly 450 kg of highly enriched uranium from Iranian soil. Tehran has signaled a willingness to dilute its 60% enriched stockpile, mixing it with other materials to lower the enrichment level in exchange for the lifting of economic sanctions. While Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Majid Takht Ravanchi described the dilution offer as a sign of flexibility, he flatly rejected the US demand for zero enrichment, calling the right to enrich uranium on Iranian soil a non negotiable red line. Violent riots erupted in the ultra Orthodox city of Ney Brak on February 15, 2026, after two female Israeli soldiers were surrounded and chased by a large mob. The unrest resulted in at least 23 arrests and injuries to several police officers. Two female IDF soldiers entered a neighborhood for a welfare visit to a soldier's home. False rumors quickly spread via local hotlines that they were there to deliver military draft notices. triggering an immediate and violent response from hundreds of ultra Orthodox men. Police were forced to deploy large forces to extract the soldiers who had taken refuge inside a building and even hid in dumpsters to escape the crowd. After the soldiers were evacuated, the situation deteriorated into a full scale riot. Protesters overturned a police patrol car, set fire to a police motorcycle. They blocked roads and torched garbage bins. Authorities used stun grenades and pepper sprays and batons to disperse the crowd. Three officers sustained light injuries. Police officials criticized the idea for failing to coordinate the soldiers' entry into the city, noting that Brak, specifically the Jerusalem faction stronghold, requires accompaniment to prevent such incidents. Anti-government protests rock Kragujevac, Serbia amid corruption claims. Massive anti-government protests have erupted in Kragujevac, Serbia, with demonstrators demanding action against corruption and government misconduct. Protesters have vowed to continue demonstrations until their demands are addressed, highlighting widespread frustration among citizens. Speaking publicly for the first time after United States President Donald Trump's social media account depicted him and his wife Michelle as monkeys, former President Barack Obama has deplored the degradation of the country's political discourse to a clown show. US military forces have intercepted and boarded the Panamanian flagged oil tanker Veronica 3 in the Indian Ocean after tracking it from the Caribbean, the Pentagon said. The vessel, under US sanctions and linked to Venezuelan and Iranian crude shipments, attempted to evade enforcement measures ordered by President Donald Trump in December 2025. Video released by US forces show the boarding operation carried out without incident in international waters as part of broader efforts to disrupt sanctioned oil flows and enforce maritime sanctions. The Israeli cabinet has approved a decision to restart the land registration process in the occupied West Bank, advancing long standing plans for annexation of settlements and territories. The move is expected to intensify tensions with the Palestinian Authority and draw criticism from the international community, which considers settlement expansion illegal under international law. Observers warn this could complicate peace negotiations and heighten unrest in the region. India has qualified for the Super 8 stage of T20 World Cup after a dominant performance with Ishan Kishan leading the charge. Kishan top scored for India, smashing 77 runs off just 40 balls, thrilling fans with his explosive batting. A Karnataka court sentenced three men to death for the 2024 gang rape of two women, including an Israeli national and the murder of a male tourist. Two people died following a rooftop explosion in Bhubaneswar, suspected to have occurred during the illegal assembly of crude bombs. The Delhi High Court granted interim bail to actor Rajpal Yadav in a 9 crore check bounce case.